G'day. Roads are scary. And I don't mean potholes. Don't get me wrong. As a kid, I loved riding my bike down to the video shop to rent a rad movie. Here's a good one. It's one of my most cherished memories. But the safe roads of the suburbs or the superhighways that pass through our cities can and often do lead us away from civilization. Every road connects us, and this isn't a pleasant thought. And I was reminded about this recently while reading this Apple paperback book, Railway Ghosts and Highway Horrors. I'm reading pre-teen books. Highway 62. And a cryptoid-like creature, not unlike Mothman, raging from the sky. What a cool cover. They don't make books like they used to. This one was written by Daniel Cohen. It's okay, it relates certain encounters on the roads and railways, but the intro is absolutely terrifying. Better than anything Edgar Allan Poe wrote, up there with Mr. Rod Serling, in my opinion. Let's give it a whirl. Well, I mean, gentlemen, start your engines. Introduction, Traveller's Tales. Tradition holds that ghosts wander about dusty castle corridors at midnight. Granted, a castle corridor at midnight is apt to be a pretty spooky place, but few of us are going to have the opportunity to wander alone through castle corridors, dusty or otherwise. If we ever do get into a castle, it is likely to be part of a tour group in the middle of the afternoon. That is not an atmosphere which encourages meetings with ghosts. Personally, I have always felt that one of the spookiest situations the average person is likely to encounter is to be driving along a deserted road at night and in bad weather. There you are, isolated by your speeding automobile from all other human beings. You can only see what falls into the narrow beam illuminated by your headlights. Even then, you don't see things clearly. Objects and shapes flash by, and you're not quite sure what they were. Was that an oddly shaped tree by the side of the road? Or was a man standing there? All around you, there is this vast, impenetrable darkness. Why anything, absolutely anything, might be out there. You feel very vulnerable. What if the car should suddenly break down? What would you do? How would you defend yourself from something that might come at you out of the darkness? Tradition also holds that ghosts can be found most often at places where people have died violently. That's why castles, some of which have a long and bloody history, are considered prime territory for ghosts. But there are probably more violent deaths on the highways of America in a single year than there have been in all of the castles in England in recorded history. If the ghosts of those who have died by violence haunt the places where they died, then the highways could be lined with the spirits of accident victims. And to hear some people talk, they are. Highways and roads are the setting for many of the most widely known and widely believed ghostly accounts today. There are hitchhiking ghosts and ghosts who pick up hitchhikers. There are ghost cars, trucks, and motorcycles. There are phantom dogs and even stranger supernatural creatures that have been reported by frightened drivers. There are ghosts that help, ghosts that hurt, and ghosts that just seem to hang around. In short, there are more surprises in driving than you ever imagined. And the next time you find yourself in a car on a dark and deserted road, you may ask yourself, how did I get here? No, I wonder what's really out there. And you may find yourself answering, I don't really want to know. Beautiful. Let's go for a road trip now. Through music. What's the best road songs? I like this one, Bon Jovi, Wanted Dead or Alive. Due to copyright, we can't play the whole extended version. So let's just hear a little bit. Great. Can't you just picture the open road, the Old West? The second best road song is, of course, The Doors, Riders on the Storm. And this one is even more heavily copyrighted, if you could believe it. So let's just play a little tiny fragment and see if we can get the feeling of the road without being in a horrific car accident. Hear the thunder?
There's a killer on the road. Yeah.
Great. Jim Morrison, the best voice ever. And of course, the third greatest road song to ever listen to is, of course, get ready for it. What could it be? Yes. We got rickrolled. Up next, we're gonna plank and go on MySpace. Hooroo! Oh, if you have a scary encounter on the road story, I'd love to hear about it. Please write it below. Look forward to hearing about it. Hope you survived. And if you didn't, hi to your ghost.